Definition of workplace. Workplace is a setup where individuals from diverse backgrounds, different educational qualifications, and varied interests come together to work towards a common goal. Definition of workplace politics. Workplace politics is the process and behavior in human interactions involving power and authority. It is the use of power and social networking within an organization to achieve changes that benefit the organization or individuals within it. Office politics arise when employees tend to misuse their power to gain undue attention and popularity at the workplace. Workplace politics is also known as office politics and organizational politics. Disadvantages of workplace politics. The first disadvantage of workplace politics is politics reduce the productivity of individuals and eventually the organization is at a loss. People tend to spend their maximum time in pulling each other's legs and playing nasty politics at work. Second disadvantage of workplace politics is individuals find it difficult to concentrate on work due to unnecessary politics at the workplace. Third disadvantage is it majorly affects the relationship amongst the individuals. Friends turn foes due to politics. People stop helping and, most importantly, trusting each other. Fourth disadvantage of workplace politics is office politics also increase conflict and tensions at the workplace. Employees do not enjoy at their workplace and treat work as a burden. The last disadvantage of workplace politics is due to politics, people avoid interacting with their fellow workers and thus fail to reach to innovative conclusions. The concept of teamwork and working in groups get nullified in cases of work. Reasons for workplace politics. There are several reasons for workplace politics. The first reason why workplace politics happen in an organization or in a workplace is employees aspiring to come in the limelight easily without much hard work depend on politics. The second reason is politics arise when employees aspire to achieve something beyond their authority and control in a short span of time. The third reason of workplace politics is lack of supervision and control at the workplace. The fourth reason is too much of gossip at work lead to politics. And the last reasons for workplace politics is jealous colleague.
Distributive justice is defined part of being a member of a modern society is accepting that all goods will be distributed through society by some means. Distributive justice addresses who owns these goods and how they are acquired. Distributive justice is a concept that addresses the ownership of goods in a society, which means there is a large amount of fairness in the distribution of goods. Equal work should provide individuals with an equal outcome in terms of goods acquired, the ability to acquire goods. Distributive justice is absent when equal work does not produce equal outcomes or when an individual or a group acquires a disproportionate amount of goods. Equity theory is defined that individuals compare their job inputs and outcomes with those of others and then respond to eliminate any inequalities. The higher an individual's perception of equity, the more motivated they will be. If someone perceives an unfair environment, they will be demotivated. An equality principle operates when we believe that everyone in the group should receive the same outcomes, such as when everyone gets subsidized meals in the company cafeteria. The need principle is applied when we believe that those with the greatest need should receive more outcomes than others with less need. Inputs include things such as skill, effort, reputation, performance, experience, and hours worked. Meanwhile, outcomes are what employees receive from the organization, such as pay, promotions, recognition, interesting jobs, and opportunities to improve one's skills and knowledge.
As a manager, this is a few ways to reduce politics at the workplace. The first ways to reduce politics at the workplace is job satisfaction. Job mismatch leads to politics at the workplace. Responsibilities must be delegated as per the interests, specialization, and educational qualification of the employees. Tasks must not be imposed on anyone. Individuals must enjoy their work for them to stay loyal towards the organization. Employees involved in politics when they have ample free time and nothing innovative to do. Employees also must be clear with their duties. They should know what they are supposed to do in the organization. For example, using equity theory, employees might measure the amount of work he or she produces against the compensation he or she will receive. It is important to understand that the emphasis is not on the employee's input or output. Using equity theory, employees might measure the amount of work he or she produces against the compensation he or she will receive. It is important to understand that the emphasis is not on the employee's input or outcome ratio as much as it is about the comparison to others ratios that determines the perception of inequity. If an employee perceives an inequity, then he or she will be unhappy, less motivated, and will strive to correct it. Next is transparency. Transparency must be maintained at all levels to reduce politics. Employees must be aware of the goals and objectives of the organization and strive hard to achieve the same. For example, company policies should be same for everyone as in the equity theory. All employees must be given fair information in the organization. The next ways to reduce politics at the workplace is teamwork. As a manager, you have to promote teamwork at the workplace to strengthen the bond amongst the employees. Individuals should be made to work in teams so that they come closer and develop a liking for each other. For example, celebrate various festivals at the workplace or once in a while take your employees out for informal get-together and picnics. Such initiatives go a long way in reducing misunderstandings amongst the employees. Next is discussions. As a manager, the issues at a workplace must be discussed on an open forum and everyone related to the matter must be allowed to participate in the same. Problems arise when matters are discussed in closed cabins and employees do not get a common picture. So the employees will be able to express their views and grievances in front of their superiors.
Next, in order to maintain the decorum of the workplace, the employees must concentrate on their own work rather than interfering in their colleagues' work.
The employees also need to bear in their mind that the organization only pay for their hard work, not for keep looking for others' faults. Besides, the employees also need to avoid backstabbing or making fun of others. This is about to make sure there's no one that will come to the office in a bad mood and feeling unconvinced and also unmotivated to go to work. Besides, the partiality is also one of the way in order to solve the problems in the workplace through distributive justice and equity theory. Hence, the employers cannot take action against anyone, even it happened between the good employees. So, the employers do not need to believe anything unless and until there's a proof given. The management also cannot take action against anyone just because one of his team members has said something. Last but not least, the way in order to solve the problems in the workplace through distributive justice and equity theory is positive frame of mind. To have a positive frame, the employees must enter office with calm and peace of mind. The employers need to be always kind-hearted and did not allow or courage to do harm for others, or the bad deeds will fall back on them as well. Besides, in the office, the employers does not need to take things to heart and avoid overacting at the workplace.